Hi guys, John and David here at PetroleumServiceCompany.com, and we're here to talk to you once again about undercoating in a can. We've actually identified another application for this product, and that's in vehicles that are being upfitted with different body types on it. So David Thompson's here with us, and he's got a lot of experience in this, sees it throughout the country. And David, why don't you tell us a little bit about what we're going to do today?
Well, John, what we're going to do is we're going to look at a unit that has a piece of equipment upfitted on its chassis. Today it happens to be a stake body, but you need to think about ambulance. They buy a chassis, they put that box on the back of it. Landscapers, they buy a chassis, haul their equipment around in it. So those are upfitted vehicles.
Oh, that's interesting. So basically like a truck like this, like our stake body we're going to do today, that chassis that's underneath is manufactured by, in this case, Ford, and then you actually get an upfitted body put on there, so they can put the stake body on it, they can put a dump truck, whatever it may be, especially for a landscape or an application like that.
Right, and in this case it's Morgan, and it's a stake body, and of course everybody knows Morgan because they also make large box trucks.
So what are some of the things we're going to be looking at? So obviously I think a lot of people understand chassis and frames. What is actually going to be, like, what is the body comprised of, where this frame and this new body is going to come together?
Well, the manufacturers are going to receive in steel pieces like cross members, and they're going to assemble them to a tubular frame, and then they're going to connect them to the chassis of this Ford F-350 in this instance. So what we're looking at is, how's that coating doing that they're assembling together? Is it holding up out in the environment that this truck sees? And this is a 2015 truck with about 22,000 miles on it, and we want to see, how's it holding up?
Okay, and that all being said, where are we actually looking for this rust? So I know we're talking about, basically, it's almost like a marriage. We're taking a frame and a body and we're putting it together. In this case, it looks like the coating on the frame or chassis, it seems to be holding up pretty decent, but on the body, not so much, huh?
That's correct. On the body, you're going to see that the cross members have a great deal of corrosion, and then underneath the chassis, you're going to see the areas closest to the street have corrosion too, as well as on the cab. So what we're going to do is we're going to address the entire unit, and we're going to do it now in late October, early November, because guys like landscapers, they're pulling their equipment off the road right now to do some maintenance before they get ready to put a snowplow on the front of it and head out for winter.
Okay, and then that's a great point, because we are up here in northeastern Pennsylvania, and being in the Northeast, we're all very aware of what they put down on the roads, the different brines and things like that, and it's just brutal on these trucks. And as David had said, these chassis are coming with a coating on them, but you know, looking at this one, being it is only 2 years old, it's holding up, but we are seeing some signs of flash rust, is it?
Correct. It's not just flash rust, it's kind of a surface rust.
Okay.
That if addressed right now, we're going to extend the life of this chassis and this upfitted piece of equipment. You don't do anything, it's going to continue to rust and get worse.
So David, you actually bring up a great point there. These vehicles aren't that old. You know, this is only a 2015, 22,000 miles, but we are already seeing signs of rust. So that's telling us we need to get some kind of coating, even though the OEM may have already put something on there.
Well, the OEM definitely puts a coating on there. All we're going to do is coat over the top of it and extend the life of this unit.
Right, so I've noticed when I was under there, you know, you could see some rusting on the leaf springs. You pointed out the back sides of the body panels over by the doors, definitely some cross members, and definitely the cross members that the new body is actually sitting on.
Right, and I think that's an important thing to maybe point out, is that the undercoating in a can is a solvent-based wax-type coating, and it can go over tightly adhering rust. So if that rust is there and it's tight to the steel substrate, you can coat over it and know that it's going to cut off the oxygen and greatly reduce any spread of corrosion.
Right, okay, and as you can see today, we are working with the Quick Coat Precision Sprayer brought to you by Undercoating in a Can. And what we're trying to achieve here, David, correct me if I'm wrong, is a 5 mil thickness, I believe, as we're applying this?
We want 5 dry mills. We're going to put about 8 to 10 wet mills on today.
Okay, so it's going to look like it's going on pretty heavy, but it's actually going to dry out to roughly 5 mils, which is roughly about the thickness of 5 hairs. I've learned that in videos from the past. And we are making really quick work of it with this Quick Coat Precision Sprayer. But using the aerosol, the traditional aerosol cans that we sell, you can also get the job done as well. Without
a doubt, you can do both. But for the size of this piece of equipment, the Quick Coat Precision Sprayer is going to be more efficient.
Right, and here we're trying to use the 360-degree wand, I believe, right? So we're going to use that to get down inside some of these channels, right? And I noticed definitely when you're using that 360 sprayer, you're getting a true 360-degree coating coming out of that tip. So you're actually encapsulating any rust that's inside of that cavity will say that you cannot see.
That is correct.
So it's just spraying it in a 360-degree motion. And I do like using the hockey stick because that helps you really get up in these hard to reach places and get the places you really may not be able to get too well with just the traditional aerosol can. And how much product did we use today?
Well, John, we use somewhere between 3 and 4 gallons through the Quick Coat sprayer. We sell the product in pints, quarts, gallons, pails, 16-gallon keg, 54-gallon drum, and of course, where it all started, the aerosol can. We spent about, what, 90 minutes doing this truck?
Yeah, it didn't take long at all.
No, I mean, so not a real significant investment for a real significant investment.
Yeah, hey, that's a great
That's your
point.
work truck there, and you want to keep it on the road, and the best way to do that is to protect it from the corrosion that's coming up from the road.
Very well said, David. And as always, Undercoating in the Can be bought exclusively at petroleumservicecompany.com. You can find it by navigating the left-hand side nav under Paints and Coatings. Thanks for watching, guys.